Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia Pilot. Into the universe of Chinese, let's continue unpacking some Chinese expressions capturing the contemporary technology. And today we're going to talk about e-commerce. Chinese use 4 characters to capture currently just one English word, e-commerce. And E, before we have an E dash commerce, right? But now it becomes such an everyday language. Then the dash disappeared, just e-commerce. And then Chinese have to corresponding the E, the electronic, into 电子. And 电子 in Chinese is electrical and particles. We have to use 2 characters to pin down that one concept. And 商务 is about commerce, about the transactions. Okay, so 电 came from the phenomenon, the weather phenomenon of lightning during the rainstorm. So on the top, it is the rain. It gives you the condition of the rain. The rain is made of the sky. The top of the frame, horizontal line in Chinese mostly means sky. And then we have a big space under the sky. And then this vertical line means something connecting from sky down. So it's almost like the sky talks to the earth through raindrops, right? So these 4 of them are depicting of the raindrops. That's Chinese, very visual, almost like the definition of what that is, this weather condition described visually. It's something between heaven and earth. Okay, and the 电, we have this reverse sigma sign doing that. It means it's something non-linear. It's not a straight line. It's hard to capture its shape. And then we have 2 hand symbols. Okay, normally first-person perspective or point of view hand symbols are from bottom of the screen, looking like that. And here, this is from top down, kind of going from upward down, reaching down. That means it's not you. It's not your first person hand. It's who is the second person then? Okay. In this case, it's almost like personalized, personified understanding of who is handling this lightning thing, this irregular shape, most likely occurring during the rainy time. We can view that as the ancient understanding of nature, to personify nature. So as if it's some superhuman out there that's turned on this light switch on the sky. So this is some otherworldly superhuman handling. Okay, so that whole thing describes the lightning. And when it comes to the contemporary life, when Benjamin Franklin discovered actually that lightning is nothing mysterious, it's not some Zeus throwing light bulbs all over the sky. It is electricity. It's the same thing. And then in the West, somebody make that connection, right? And in the East, the Chinese language used this lightning to describe now the contemporary phenomenon that's electrical. Okay, 子, this big-headed baby. This is the head, the torso, and the 2 arms. So one is human baby, human developmental early stage. Babies are most likely, the arms are more expressive than the legs. And it's big-headed, out of proportion. That's the main features of what a human baby looks like. So Chinese language use human baby because it's a small human, right? To mean small things. So particles, when it's connected with electrical, it means it's really tiny entities. And we pair that together. So a few episodes ago, we talked about a quantum and saying Chinese use 量, which means energy, and 子, which means entity. So quantum is both energy and entity. We pair that together to describe quantum, and it's the same 子 here. we pair it with this lightning icon to mean it's actually the particles of electric particles. That's electricity, or we can, in today's expression in English, it would be electronic, something powered, some device powered by electricity. Okay, so that's 电子. That's this E word. Chinese be so elaborate. Okay, 商务, commerce. Okay, one is commerce, one is business. I have to translate it differently because it's two characters, and the 商 actually in Chinese, it can mean negotiation. It can also mean estimation. Because commerce, when people come to the table to negotiate, they have to first have some evaluation, assessment of the valuation of things, right? The things they want to exchange, and then they can figure out the corresponding, is it a 1 to 3, 1 to 2, the ratio, how you change things in their correct unit. So this 商 came from the top, two horizontal lines, and that looks like this. Oops, my drawing is bad here. Okay, so this was said to be an ancient punishment tool. So this ancient copper punishment tool, I never figured out, like connect the dots so far of the ancient artifacts from the past, which tool would be the copper punishment tool that we use. Supposedly it's made of wood, so it's all rotten away, but it was preserved in a language that if you see this form, the shape, it means something piercing. We have the character spicy. 辛 made from this character means it's spicy. It's really it makes your nervous system kind of attack on your nervous system, that you respond to feel the pain. So it's a pain inflicting copper punishment tool back then. And eventually that extend into almost like, because there is such consequences of copper punishment, and who can inflict pain on you? It's supposedly the government, or at whatever local level, that kind of like at the court would make such judgment who is at fault, and then got inflicted such pain on them. Then this then represent the rule, like you have to be rule binding. And so under this rule, I guess to do business with anybody, we need to share some common understanding of how things are supposed to be conducted, right? So there is this rule, or business environment, you can view it like that. Even if, in contemporary life, we don't have this copper punishment involved, but we do have legal systems to stipulate how we should conduct business, right? Okay, so now this arch thing means a private space, and we have this this shape means entering, so entering into a private space, and the bottom is the mouse symbol, something related to speaking function. Entering private space and speaking together, it means somebody who is kind of talk to themselves privately speaking. So privately speaking is probably the first. Privately speaking under this rule means you have this framework of how you're going to conduct business. And actually there's another context and another scholarly interpretation of character is there another character that's not fully expressed on the screen, only partial of it. That means 10 chapters of music, and then Chinese uses 10 chapters to kind of give you the sense of, like today's statistics, we use 0 to 1, right? The probability of things, or we use 100% to gauge the progression of things, right? So 10 chapters of music is a Chinese ancient way to do this 100% thing. So which percent you're at, we cut it into 10 instead of 100, right? So that's kind of a quantification of things, and that's the evaluation part. And this speaking to yourself, and I regard it as you have to internalize. You have to speak to yourself as to the estimation of values of things. And that's the first step. And because it involves communication, and because it does have this mouse symbol, so that means after you speak to yourself, you have to come to the table to speak to another person that you want to do business with. And each already finished their internal speaking, and now they kind of talking together to work things out. And that's the Chinese depiction of commerce. Commerce is communication, but that's the first step. That's the last step. The deal makers have to do their internal valuation of things. They want to do the exchange first, and then they come together to do the communication part, the negotiation part. Okay, so that's commerce. It's a lot easier to explain. Okay, as you can see here, it's a little bit scattered. It got 3 components. This is one, that means spear. So this is a type of ancient, you can view it as a weaponry. But I suspect in many episodes that ancient weaponry in peace times are actually farming tools. It's multi-purpose. So this is one farming tool, and this is a rake, or plow is another farming tool, because Chinese is an agrarian society for thousands of years, and that's the tools that's most familiar to people. And so it's incorporated into the language as the representation of the tool sets people use. I'm pretty sure there are many, many other tools, but these are the most, I guess, iconic farming tools. Now, here, this is the 3-finger hand symbol. When we talk about dian, here is the hands reaching down. It's somebody else's hand, right? So here is the first person point of view. It's reaching from, and actually it's the right hand, okay? I guess majority of people, population in China is right-handed. And so this icon, if there's only one hand symbol to represent your hand as first person perspective, it's most likely right hand. And sometimes we have double hand, and then we have this structure. So this is right hand holding something, and this something is super easy, right? It's just vertical line plus a horizontal line, and this horizontal line kind of split like somewhere in the middle. So that represents a type of tool. And a lot of people say it's a fortune-telling tool, because if by itself, actually, it means fortune-telling for us. It's pronounced as bu. So we have this hand holding a tool. And then these are 2 other bigger scale farming tools. And together, that means actually you need to come to, okay, when we say it's our business, I translate it as business, it actually means you need to put in the labor, the work, the physical labor, as these tools represent. And now this hand, well, according to some scholars, it could also represent slavery, almost like you have a hand and you have this almost like a flocking, this tool, this symbolize power, or symbolize the future, right? You have the knowledge that you can predict the future, therefore you have power over others, and you can command people to do certain things at your forecasted future, right? And this person then command other laborers to use these tools. It doesn't mean just one single person handheld like all the other tools, because this plow is probably involved with animal farming labor. It's a big, heavy equipment farming tool. And so definitely these tools cannot be commanded by one person, but it depends on the household, I guess, how many people you can command at a household level. In any case, it means manual labor. It means farming mostly. So if commerce is about exchange, and wu is about execution. So the front end, I mean, in today's lingo, this is more like a front desk, right? You have your sales form or customer service that's interfacing with your customer. So constantly negotiation, try to make somebody happy, right? And wu is your back end office, your warehouse, your production, and all that, we can, if we use contemporary terms, 商 and 务 can split into this front and back end of your business. So together, simply 商务, it means the visible part to us, which is the front end, which is the transaction part, the last moment after all that that business you have done, invisible to the outsiders. Then you have your commerce. Okay, 电子商务 simply is e-commerce, and I guess this credit card paying in, keying in your credit card is an iconic moment of your doing transaction online, and that's what e-commerce is about. All right. Cash into the currency of thinking, back one word a day with Sophie. See you another day.